Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the channel. So for our Sunday exercise video today, we're going to do a winter hike, and it is cold out. I've got my gear with me. I am ready to go. I have not done a hike yet this winter. I've done a lot in the summer, spring, and fall. I've shared some of the summer hiking video with you, but I'm going to get out here today in this 27-degree weather. I am ready to go. I've got my hat. I've got my gloves. And I've got my baklava, so I don't have to wear a mask. So I am ready to get out there and get my hike on. I'm going to share with you what it looks like when we get out and see how long it takes. In the summertime, I can typically get up the hill in about 14 to 16 minutes, so we'll see if we're any faster in the winter. We'll get some beautiful views of the city on a nice cold day, and you can see it with less foliage, so we should be able to see a little more than we did last time. And then we'll come back and tell you what we did for calories, how far we went, and what that hike looked like today. So looking forward to sharing it with you today. Love hiking, hate the winter, so I'll tell you how it was at the end, and if it's something I want to continue doing versus waiting for the weather to get a little warmer. So we'll see you back in just a little bit. All right, so we're up here now, but we've had to park way far away. There are way more people here. I thought it'd be a pretty easy hike today, but it looks like a lot of people are skiing up here today too, so should be interesting. A little bit of a walk before we get over there, but once we get on the trail, I'll show you what it looks like. I don't know if I'll be able to show you some of the slopes that I've showed you last time because I think they'll be pretty busy. But we'll try, and we'll show you what the hiking looks like once we get over on the hill.
So it's really crowded today because there's a small ski area over here, so everyone over here is trying to ski. But as you can see on the trail, it's pretty quiet, so should have the trail almost to ourselves as everyone's focus on skiing this morning. So starting up now, tell you how long it takes when we get to the top, and we'll hopefully get some nice video, and maybe we can show you some footage of the ski area when we get to the top and we get over there. So be back with you in just a few minutes.
Some advice as you're going hiking in the winter. It's a little tough, right? People either underdress or overdress. I tend to dress medium weight, even if it's chilly. You know, it's 27 when I got in the car. It's probably 30 here. So it's cold, but it's not really cold. So lightweight gloves, a good hat, medium weight jacket. I don't have anything else underneath today. Sometimes I would wear layers, but we're not going to be static. So it's not like you go to a football game and you're going to sit out in the stands. You want to be able to regulate that heat, but you're not going to need like a sweatshirt underneath this and take off multiple layers. And at 30, I don't want to take off this jacket and only wear a sweater because I feel like I'd be over cold. So again, just be strategic. You don't need heavy gloves. You know, this is a pretty light baklava that I wear. It's not a heavy duty one. So again, I'm not going to sweat like crazy. It does substitute the mask, which is nice. And then, you know, just make sure you have good headwear. You can always take the hat off if I need to if it gets too hot. Same with the gloves, but you know, again, lightweight gloves, middleweight jacket, some type of headgear, something for your nose and face, and you should be fine. You don't got to go crazy. I also like to wear these pants, which are actually weatherproof. They're good in the cold, cut through wind, and they're waterproof. So again, just something to think about when you start to hike in the winter. You know, walking through some areas, we'll get some snow and some ice. There's not a lot up here right now. We had a lot of rain after a really big snowstorm that kind of washed away a lot of the snow. But again, you just want to be strategic. Make sure you're wearing the right stuff. So just want to share that with you.
So something else to keep in mind, even without a lot of moisture, you'll see there's a lot of ice right here. You don't have a lot of sun that ever gets into this area, so be careful for ice as you're hiking. Again, nothing crazy, especially right now where it's been dry for a few days. And we had some warmer days, so a lot of that's gone away, but some of these areas, you'll see over here again, as you're hiking, these areas just don't get a lot of sun from where the shade is. So you'll have, some of these areas will melt and they'll be icy. So again, you just want to be cautious. You know, something you have to think about when you're hiking in the summertime. You want to just make sure you're looking for that right step, taking your time, and you'll see there'll just be little patches of ice the whole time. Again, this is a relatively easy climb. I've walked you through this before. But this is over at the Blue Hills Reservation in Canton, Massachusetts. I've been hiking here for, 35 years anyway. So always a lot of fun. Easy hike. This first hike is less than a mile. Takes you up to the top of the hill, which is the largest hill in the area. You know, and they basically think until, you know, really on the East Coast, until you get down into like the mountains in the Carolinas, there's not a lot right near the coastline that has a lot of elevation. So it's one of the taller ones. So pretty neat to see. And again, nice, easy little hike. So very cool. So what a crazy cool image, right? We have a ton of sun right here. And you see it's coming down in here. It's coming through, but it's not melting the ice. And again, we've been in the 40s for a lot of days. So again, just careful as you hike, but it's beautiful up here. It's almost like, you know, looks like a waterfall froze over. So just really pretty. Just wanted to share that with you. We're almost at the top of the hill here. It's again, a relatively easy hike today. I've had 2 or 3 people on the trail with me. It's been pretty quiet. Everyone's over there on the other side, skiing. So I'm gonna get to the top here in a sec. I'm gonna show you some pictures there. So now we're over by the ski area. You can see over here there's some folks getting off the ski lift, getting ready to go down the hill. We can't get all the way over there, but this is the picture we showed you in the summertime. Just a big wide view that you have of everything. And it's pretty, you know, it's been able to make some snow over here because it's been cold enough at night, but not a ton. It's pretty cool. Figured we'd share it with you, see if I can get over here and just get a little better view of the downhill.
All right, so I just wanted to share this with you. This is the view from the observation tower, the highest point in the Blue Hills. A couple of young guys were up there with me, kind of talking kind of loud, so I figured I'd come back over and share this with you. But really very beautiful views of the city, beautiful views of the ocean. You can see everything super clear in the winter, so without anything in the way, just a really nice, cool, clear view. I'm going to tackle the moderate trail, the light blue. I've shared this one with you guys before. This trail is probably not the hardest trail up here, but it's probably one of the top 3. But it's pretty cool. It's got some good steep downhills, some really good uphills. It's really good to work your legs. You know, when you hike, you want to try to find both, right? The good uphills and downhills, because you're working different muscle groups. So it really does help the workout. Got to the top of the hill in about 14 minutes. So pretty similar time to the summertime. I will tell you though, I was a lot less winded. I took it relatively easy and still made it up in about 14 minutes. So pretty cool. Yeah, I'm going to kind of go down the rest of this hill here, and then I'll come back and share with you when we go up at the tough part of the hill in just a little bit.
For anyone that lives in the area that hasn't come up here, I recommend it. I've shot video up here on my hiking and also mountain biking up here. But it's just really beautiful up here. I mean, it's Canton's about 15 minutes from Boston on a weekend day without traffic. It's not a bad drive. It's pretty easy. You go right down the main road to, you know, the 128, and you get right off on 138. It's right off the hill there. But it's just really pretty here, and there's a lot of cool stuff. And as you can see, I mean, there's a pretty steep hill here, so you can get it to a pretty good climb. So just want to share with you, it's just a really beautiful area, really close to the city. So if you haven't been up here, please get out here and check out Blue Hills. It's awesome. Like 13 miles of trails all over the place, multiple different hills, so pretty cool. All right, we're up to the hardest hill that I'll climb today. There's some folks up there coming down, so I'm gonna try to give them a couple minutes so they can get down with their dog. Before I go up, there's not a lot of room to kind of pass each other up here, so I'm gonna let them come down a little bit more, and then I'm gonna jump up here. I've shared this one with you before too, but this is probably the most challenging part that we'll walk today. This is probably a 35 to 40 degree angle, a lot of rocks, pretty steep. I love it though. It feels so much fun to climb up now. I used to hate it when I was a lot more overweight, but this is again probably one of my favorite hills to climb up here. And when we get to the top, we'll show you a little bit more, and then we head over to the moderate easy green trail, get our walk back to the car, and then we'll call it a day, and we'll share with you how we did for our hiking today. All right, we're at the end of our walk here. We got about a 3/4 of a mile back to the car here. And you know, we're taking the green trail, which is the easiest trail up here. So again, if you haven't hiked up here in Canton, if you're in Massachusetts, you know, we'll share that. Blue Hills is awesome, tons of great trails. You know, like I said, like 13 miles total. You can go on multiple different hills. If this is just to kind of help you get into hiking in the winter, a couple things you'll see. I had actually taken my gloves off for a bit. My hands got cold, so I put them back on. But I had taken the top part of my baklava off. You know, I can wear it now as a mask, so it keeps my neck warm still. But again, you have different options of doing that. And I am sweating a little bit, so I'm glad I didn't wear a heavier jacket or anything else underneath. I don't think I needed it. But again, I think understand your moderation. Have a plan going out. It's a lot of fun. Again, anyone that knows me knows I hate the cold. You guys will see me when you know, when I'm out here in these videos, my nose gets real red. I am not a fan of the cold, but it's nice to get out here, and the scenery is beautiful.
it's a little easier to see everything. So hopefully this was a cool video for you. I'll come back in a little bit and we'll wrap up what we finished with some calories, you know, how many miles we did, all that stuff, and we'll give you our final total for the day and hopefully get you excited to get out and do some winter exercise outdoors. You know, someone said to me the other day, you know, you got to get outside. I was running and I was miserable because it was just cold, but it really does clear your head. You know, when you're running on a treadmill or, you know, you're trying to walk inside, it's just not the same effect when you get outside into here, whether it's the oxygen's better from the trees or it's just because you're away from everything. It really does clear up your head, and it definitely feels a lot better. So just figured I'd share that with you. Have an awesome day. I'll come back and share the rest of that stuff with you. All right, Mayhem Fitness. So we finished our hike. We got our Fitbit set up, so we're getting ready to go in the house in just a minute here. We finished the day with 4 miles, 700 calories burned, hour and 26 minutes, about 8,000 steps on the hike. So really, really productive hike. You know, we got out for an hour and a half out in the cold. You know, felt pretty good. It wasn't super cold today. When I got back in the truck after, we were 31 degrees. So a couple of takeaways for me when you think about winter hiking. You know, dress appropriately. People are going to say wear layers, but make sure it makes sense. If you're going to actually be active and moving, I'm sweating a little bit. You don't want to wear a ton of layers. You know, wear the right level of gear for what you're doing in the 30-degree range like I was. Again, if we're going to be moving for an hour and a half, you know, lightweight gloves, maybe medium weight at the highest. You don't want a really heavy glove. You don't want your hands to sweat. You know, medium weight jacket. You don't need to add on another sweatshirt, anything like that. Or, you know, maybe 2 lighter jackets. You can take one off if you need to. I may have done that in the future, only because then I maybe wouldn't have been as hot as I was going through. But it was a great walk. Again, make sure you're wearing the right shoes. Pay attention to ice. That's one thing people don't think about when they go hiking in the winter is a lot of those areas don't see a lot of sunlight because of the tree cover. There is ice all over the place, even if it hasn't rained or snowed a little bit. So really fun walk, enjoyed it a lot, cleared the head out. Like we said, getting out in that fresh air was awesome. So like we always say on the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button, hit the notification bell. New videos coming all the time. We've got the schedule out for the year. I'll post that up here for you so you can see what we're doing every single week on Mayhem Fitness. But as always, thank you for checking us out. Have an amazing day, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.